You guys asked for it, so here it is. Baryonyx versus Irritator. Just look at him. So irritating. Just want to punch him in his stupid face. I'm kidding. The first fossil from Irritator, a skull, was found in the possession of fossil poachers, who had artificially added more teeth and plastered it to get a better price. The scientists who bought the fossil were unaware, and it took some poor paleontologists hours and hours to bring the skull back to its former state. They also found the fossil had been artificially elongated, adding further to the irritation. Irritator, meaning irritating, was a genus of Spinosaurid and lived during the early Cretaceous period in what is now Brazil. It's estimated to be around 6 to 8 meters in length and 1 metric tons in weight. Like most Spinosaurids, Irritator had a small back sail. Baryonyx lived in the Baryonian stage of the early Cretaceous period, around 130 million years ago. Baryonyx means heavy claw and appears in Jurassic World 2. It was also present in the original Jurassic Park, but was not shown in the movie. Oh, and he appears in Ice Age as Rudy. But who would win in a fight? Well, let's find out. First, some stats. Baryonyx. Let's call him Barry. Height, 3 meters. Length, 10 meters max. Weight, 2 tons. Bite force, similar to an alligator, more like a gharial, very weak. Let's say 400 kilos to 1 ton. Speed, pretty slow at 30 kilometers per hour. Diet, mainly fish, but evidence of small iguanodonts. Now onto the weapons of Baryonyx. Baryonyx probably had weak jaws, but maybe not. In 1997, Carrigan Milner explored the stomach region of the B. walkeri holotype. It contained the first evidence of piscivory in a theropod dinosaur, acid-etched scales and teeth of a common fish, and the abraded bones of a young iguanodon. Like Spinosaurus, Baryonyx possessed strong, functional arms with 12-inch claws, no doubt his best asset in this fight. Baryonyx had a body built for swimming. Now onto the stats of Irritator. Height, 2.1 meters. Length, 6 to 8 meters max. Weight, 1 ton. Speed, 30 kilometers per hour. Bite force, 200 kilos to 1 ton. Diet, fish and small prey. Now onto the weapons of Irritator. Well, he was very similar to Baryonyx, so everything I just mentioned, but on a slightly smaller frame. Irritator had a larger back sail, which may have looked more intimidating. Okay, let's start with the advantages of Baryonyx in this battle. Well, he was larger and heavier. Baryonyx possessed larger and more functional arms. Okay, now onto the disadvantages of Barry. Well, it's hard to think of any disadvantages. He lacked a visible sail, which perhaps made him look less intimidating. But I'm kind of reaching here. Okay, now onto the advantages of Irritator. Well, he's much more irritating than Baryonyx, and could drive his opponent mad. But seriously, Irritator possessed a taller back and sail, which would make him look more intimidating. But overall, he's much smaller than Baryonyx, so it's hard to tell. Irritator had a shorter and more compact skull, which maybe gave him a stronger bite, but it's highly unlikely. Okay, now onto the disadvantages of Irritator. Well, there's quite a few. He's smaller and lighter. His arms are more stubby, like Carnotaurus, but not that bad. He's basically a smaller Baryonyx. Okay, let's fight! The Baryonyx and Irritator meet at a clearing. The body of a dead Spinosaurus stands between them. It's time to take a break from eating fish. Baryonyx swipes at Irritator and tries to scare him away. Irritator stands on his back 2 feet and flexes his large sail. Baryonyx is intimidated, but charges anyway. He delivers a devastating claw swipe. Irritator claws back, but misses. His reach is not as good as Baryonyx. Baryonyx claws again, but misses. Irritator bites Baryonyx. Baryonyx bites back, severely injuring Irritator. Irritator gets slower and weaker, and walks away. Verdict. Well, unless you guys know of some hidden weapons Irritator possesses, Baryonyx will win 90% of the time, every time. He's basically a larger version of Irritator, but lacking a sail. It's hard to imagine any angles Irritator could play here. You tell me. Okay, so which dinosaur battle should I cover next? I have a website, whichdino.com, so place your vote, but make sure you open a separate window, because if you redirect from YouTube, I'm going to get penalized. So basically open a second tab, type www.whichdino.com and cast your vote. And I'm going to look at this every week and choose a video. Okay, I've been Viral Killer. My voice is getting weak, because, winter.